going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to Detroit Become Human. November 6th, 2038, 3:34 a.m. Oh, we back to Markus. Or is this the guy that was trying to get jailed? No, this is Markus. Did we have a missing eyeball? Alright, you got a lot wrong with you. Eyeball missing? Corrupted Mine Palace? Alright, so let's see. Do we got anything else too noticeable? Looks like we got a broken leg or something. Left and right leg components missing, unable to stand. Alright, so we're going to be limping around inside of the water just for a little bit. Our badge here. All symptoms in low power, defective mode. At least we got a good arm, right? Corrupted audio damage. Alright, so we can hardly hear. We can't walk. Place legs. Are we going to be able to find just like a second android around here with one? That was all. I still really wonder if we had chose the different path that the old man would have lived. But I feel like this whole segment would be gone if we hadn't. So he had to have seen us regardless. Status functional. Compatible. Slap us on some new legs. You don't mind? You know, this would be cool to be able to interchange everything if you needed to. This leg's been out here in the rain, so I don't know how it's not rusted away already. Alright, well, we got one leg. Go around and see if we find a second one. And I really like the fact that it's all like muffled and everything. That makes it a lot more realistic. Incompatible leg. Keep on crawling. Oh, is there one right there? Don't you dare be a jump scare. I don't know why, I just feel like there's gonna be like some random robot come around and pop us out of nowhere and like shake his head or something. Left leg functional? Is that the one we need? This is the left leg. Perfect. I didn't even notice we grabbed the right leg last time. Alright, so we got two usable legs. Still need to find some hearing components. We need to find some... basically just charge up our heart or whatever functions actually control that with our battery packs. I knew it!
There's a place where we can be free! Find Jericho! Find Jericho!
Said Jericho, but something with an F popped up? Alright, so this is just where like all the robots go to die. I get that the kid's like kind of on drugs or whatever, but I don't understand why he would want to sit here and get rid of the android. I feel like the android has to be like extremely valuable. So, if he is highly addicted, why would... what?
Where are you going?
Get off of me! Why would he not want to try to sell the android? I guess it was either him or jail, so maybe that's why. Alright, find optical unit, find pump regulator and audio processor. Oh, we're all going crazy around here. Come on, give us ears. Incompatible eyeballs. don't know what's wrong with that guy, but we're going to walk the other direction from you. That's blue. Functional. Nice.
Please don't do that. I want to live. Thank you.
There has to be another one around here. We might need her for something later on. Plus, my main thing is the ears. If we find ears, there we go. We're taking them. There was nothing else that popped up, so what do you want me to do? There we go. Come on, plug in that bad boy. We don't want to hear this noise the whole time. So much better. Alright, so we still got some stuff to look for around here. An eyeball, probably going to be number 2. Functional. What color eyes do we normally have? I don't even know what eye. Was he blue?
Hello. I'm an AK-700 android. I was designed to serve you. What can I do for you?
I need an eyeball.
Hello. I'm an AK-700 android.
Alright, well this one doesn't seem near as deviant as the last one.
My
I don't feel as bad.
No. Please contact the nearest CyberLife Maintenance Center.
Alright, so it looks like we did get a different eye color. Oh well. So we still need to find like a heart. Ooh, there's one over that way. Dude, we look so messed up now. Let's see. Can I just like walk over you guys, or do I have to go the long way around? Ooh, hold on. What are you? Functional. And he's not sitting here yelling at us. See, I feel a lot less bad about these guys. Alright, now how are we supposed to do this without sitting here and killing ourselves? This is like a whole Iron Man situation. Jab it in there. Climb the slope. So did we not have an option of saving the girl? It was just, alright, we'll leave you here to die, or we can end your life. It's kind of weird options. We are much stronger now, though. Alright, so let's see. We are going to have to crawl over all these bodies. Now, where we're actually going from here, because he doesn't actually have, like, any survival skills that we've seen. He's lived with a relatively rich guy the whole time. But I don't know how developed he is at trying to find like an actual solution to this stuff. Don't you sit here and try to trick me. I saw that coming. Now, if we had died in the beginning of the game, would this have been what Connor did? Okay, so let's check our sanity here. What are we taking? A knife? You're telling me you can rip these things off? I mean, I guess that's an option.
My name is Markus.
From the dead. Refuse to kill for pump. I mean, I feel like that was probably the best option we could have came from. We did find everything that we needed to. Obviously, we got the wrong eyeball, though. November 6, 2038. 9:56 a.m. Find Amanda. Now, there's only one person I see, so it looks like we're going to be walking around. She's got like a whole super fancy looking garden, though. Like I said, there's only one human that I've noticed so far, so I don't think we actually need to use like our little, I guess, android spot ability. We can see her. Now, where exactly Connor ended up over here? That's a very good question. I got no clue. Because last time we saw him, he was basically just being the lead detective. And failing at it. By our decisions.
Hello, Amanda.
Connor, it's good to see you. Finding that deviant was far from easy. You showed great skill in your investigation. But you knew deviants could be unstable. You should have been more cautious.
I thought I could make it talk. It was a judgment error.
Never mind. I'm sure you'll be more careful in the future. The interrogation seemed challenging. What did you think of the deviant?
Traumatized deviancy intervention stimulation.
It simulated human emotion, fear in particular, in a very convincing way. It seemed completely overwhelmed by them and behaved irrationally.
This Lieutenant Anderson has been officially assigned to the deviancy case. What do you make of him?
Unpleasant, dysfunctional, intriguing, unsure.
I think he's irritable and socially challenged. But I also think he used to be a good detective. He's an intriguing character.
Unfortunately, we have no choice but to work with him. What do you think is the best approach?
Friendly, adapt, indifferent, or don't know.
I will adapt to his personality. It is in the best interest of the investigation that I avoid conflict and try to accommodate his psychology.
More and more androids show signs of deviancy. There are millions in circulation. If they become unstable, the consequences will be disastrous. You're the most advanced prototype CyberLife has ever created. If anyone can figure out what's happening, it's you.
You can count on me, Amanda.
Hurry, Connor. There's little time.
Alright, so we need to look for Lieutenant Anderson. Now that's not Hank, right? That's the other dude that we saw.
Can I help you?
I'm here to see Lieutenant Anderson.
Do you have authorization?
Yes.
Okay. There's a little connection and we should be good to go.
Lieutenant Anderson hasn't arrived yet, but you can wait at his desk.
Now, I don't think this was actually a TV show or a movie, but it definitely would be pretty cool.
With a Russian carrier and an American patrol boat reported to have clashed last night. Several warning shots were exchanged, apparently with no damage or casualties to either side. The Minister for Defense, Dennis Riggs, has spoken of intolerable provocation that cannot go unanswered. The countries in the region, particularly Sweden and Canada, have called for military forces to withdraw and an international conference to be held. So far, there has been no response from either Moscow or Washington. We'll keep you informed minute by minute as the situation
You might
develops.
be in shock. Just take it easy.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sure.
Alright, so they're all going crazy. We do have clearance to go to this police station, so that's good to go. Now, we're looking for Lieutenant Anderson. He snooped through everybody's stuff. Oh, we're supposed to be looking at the name tags. About to say, we can actually read the paperwork? Alright, so Deputy Reed. Something Brown. PO, maybe parole officer? Or police officer, maybe? Pearson. Detective Collins. Some around here is going to be the right desk. Lieutenant Anderson.
Excuse me. Do you know what time Lieutenant Anderson usually arrives?
Depends on where he was the night before. If we're lucky, we'll see him before noon.
Thanks.
Alright, well, may as well just sit down. Explore new office.
Hi, honey. You okay?
I like that. He had a plan. He sat there for a second. He's like, this is boring. I'm gonna go snoop around. Examine his desk to explore the police station. I wonder where we can actually explore around here. I feel like his desk has to be like the last place because he's gonna pop up. Famous Detroit painter dies. Carl Manfred, one of Detroit's brightest stars. So he does fully die. Reports of famous artist Carl Manfred's death have been confirmed. The coroners described a fatal cardiac event induced by a stressful domestic situation. Manfred's son Leo had asked the media to respect his family's privacy for the difficult time. Carl Manfred rose to fame in 2020 as a figurehead of the neo-symbolism with powerful and dark works in the mold of Francis Bacon. The prolific years followed until a dark period marked by alcohol and drugs, but the artist had apparently returned to work in recent months. The governor of Detroit expressed her condolences to the family on behalf of the city, describing Manfred as one of the Detroit's brightest lights. A collection of Manfred's paintings will be auctioned by his estate in the coming weeks. That's kind of sad. That means that dude's going to profit off of his father's death. Alright, so we can't do anything with that. It looks like that's the only thing we can really explore around here. At least that's what's popping up. Please be cases and not music. Oh, turn it off. Knights of the Black Death. Alright, so let's see here. So we can call, we can analyze. So we need to find 8 different clues here. Anti-android slogans. Use your brain, not your android. Free space. Got a baseball hat. Alright, so he likes basketball. Detroit basketball team. What we got over here? Origin Jimmy's Bar with phosphorus. Okay, so he's basically just going to be lighting up some cigarettes. Let's see here, what's this painting of? We got Red Ice Task Force multi-department unit responsible for Red Ice Network's dismantle of 2028. A good something. Real police. Not sure since 2019. Owes me $50. Okay, so we could research Anderson. More than 50 arrests throughout the country, Detroit's finest had held a massive deal. More than 50 arrests throughout the country. Detroit's finest has dealt a massive blow to the city's growing red ice epidemic, with a number of high-profile dealers and suppliers now behind bars, and narcotics seized within the street values of $500,000. Detective Hank Anderson, a young but hugely talented detective, said to have been instructed in the operation, which took months of planning. The DA describes the work of Detective Anderson and his colleague as a model investigative police work. Becoming the youngest lieutenant on the Detroit police force, Lieutenant Hank Anderson was among the most decorated detectives in the DPD's recent history, securing a number of high-profile arrests and serving as an integral member of the force. Captain Fowler said the promotion was long overdue, describing Anderson as among the most talented police I've ever worked with. The new lieutenant is expected to rise quickly throughout the ranks of the department and is already being tipped as future commissioner. Nearly a ton of red ice discovered in the hold of a boat after a long investigation conducted by Lieutenant Anderson of Detroit Police Force. Alright, so he seems to be decent at his job. Canine hairs from St. Bernard, so he's got a dog around there. Very big dog. He likes donuts. Typical cop. Alright, so we got 2 more clues to search for. Coffee mug. Cold coffee, traces of caffeine. It's a weird clue. It looks like a bonsai plant. Japanese maple. Asian Shishigasuria Shohan.
It's good to see you again, Lieutenant.
Oh, Jesus.
Hank! In my office.
I feel like we've already explored the office, so I don't think we can really do too much else. Plus, I'm kind of curious to see what he talks about anyways.
I've got 10 new cases involving androids on my desk every day. We've always had isolated incidents. Old ladies losing their android maids and that kind of crap. But now, we're getting reports of assaults and even homicide, like that guy last night. This isn't just CyberLife's problem anymore. It's now a criminal investigation, and we've got to deal with it before the shit hits the fan. I want you to investigate these cases and see if there's any link.
Why me? Why do I gotta be the one to deal with this shit? I am the least qualified cop in the country to handle this case. I know jack shit about androids, Jeffrey. I can barely change the settings on my own phone.
Everybody's overloaded. I think you're perfectly qualified for this type of investigation.
Bullshit! The truth is, nobody wants to investigate these fucking androids, and you left me holding the bag.
CyberLife sent over this android to help with the investigation. It's a state-of-the-art prototype. It'll act as your partner.
No fucking way! I don't need a partner, and certainly not this plastic prick.
Hank, you are seriously starting to piss me off. You are a police lieutenant. You are supposed to do what I say and shut your goddamn mouth.
You know what my goddamn mouth has to say to you?
Okay,
huh?
Okay. I'll pretend like I didn't hear that, so I don't have to add any more pages to your disciplinary folder, because it already looks like a fucking novel. This conversation is over.
Jeffrey, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this to me? You know how much I hate these fucking things. Why are you doing this to me?
Listen, I've had just about enough of your bitching. Either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
Anderson positive, file, or leave.
I'm very pleased to have joined the team. I can assure you I'll do my very best.
Close the door on your way out.
Have a nice day, Captain.
Well, he seems like a real charmer. Alright, so now we can go explore around and we won't get in trouble. Because, you know, we definitely needed to be in there for that meeting. Let's see, is there anything we can actually do around here? Go see the deviant. Huh! So, you're not completely crazy then? What's wrong with this one?
What? What are you looking at? Hey, fuck you! Fucking android.
They're going to destroy me.
Sincere, cold, compassionate, indifferent.
It's probable. They have to analyze your biocomponents. They need to understand what happened.
I'm going to die.
Okay. Apparently that was the wrong thing to say to him. I was thinking, you know, it might, you know, comfort him being sincere, but no. Oh man, we didn't do it, did we?
Open the cell, quick! Hurry! I'll call Cyberlife. Clean this mess up.
Alright, let's go speak to Hank. I did not cause that. So if we hadn't spoken to him, would he still be alive? I was gonna like try to comfort him. Apparently that was a bad idea. Alright, so let's go speak to Hank real quick. Understanding, pragmatic, constructive.
I get the impression my presence causes you some inconvenience, Lieutenant. I'd like you to know I'm very sorry about that.
Partners or positive?
Now that we're partners, it would be great to get to know each other better.
Desk or positive? Desk?
Is there a desk anywhere I could use?
No one's using that one.
Alright, so we need to analyze the files here. I really hope that we weren't supposed to do this before we went and spoke to him. And I'm surprised he sat there and got us a chair so close to him.
You have a dog, right?
How do you know that?
The dog hair's on your chair. I like dogs. What's your dog's name?
What's it to you? Sumo. I call him Sumo.
Basketball, music, or anti-androids?
You're a Detroit Gears fan, right? Denton Carter scored 53% of his shots from the three-point line yesterday. Did you see the game?
That's what I was watching at the bar last night.
Oh.
Music or androids? Music? I feel like basketball is a bad thing to bring up.
Do you listen to Knights of the Black Death? I really like that music. It's full of energy.
You listen to heavy metal?
Well, I don't really listen to music as such, but I'd like to.
Anti-androids? Start working.
I was wondering, do you always arrive at the office at this time?
I arrive when I arrive. Stop busting my balls, okay?
A lot of people don't appreciate having androids around. I was wondering, is there any reason in particular you despise me?
Yeah. There is one.
Taking any of these samples yet? Lab report says they cut it with something. Maybe they're
Have you known Captain Fowler for long?
Yeah. Too long.
We really need the forensics.
All right, well, after that heartwarming conversation, let's start working.
If you have any files on deviants, I'd like to take a look at them.
Terminal's on your desk. Knock yourself out.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.